Everyone, I wanted to just show you, I get a lot of questions about what's on the back of the paintings in terms of like how are you hanging them, do you write the titles, do you, the sizes and everything. So I just thought I'd show you what I do. It's not at all like what you have to do, but I'll tell you the reasons I do what I do, so maybe it can be helpful for you. So basically, let me flip this around here for you. The paintings that, oh, that's kind of weird. The paintings that I work on are panels. So this is, sorry about this little weird, it's just picking up that bar there. But these are wood panels, and so I paint on them. And so here's the back of the panel right here. And this is, it's a really thin plywood that I use on the front of these panels, and these panels are made out of basswood. It's like a really clean grain wood, and I make these. I have them made. I have a person who makes them for me, and they're really, they're really straight and they're really square. This is only 36 by 40 inches here. But that's basically, on a bigger panel, you're going to get more crossbars and everything. So on the back of my paintings, when I'm done with them, I write a bunch of stuff, and I do it with a Sharpie. And so I write the image number, and I write the title, I write the size, and I write the materials, I write my name. And I used to write my website, but I think people can figure it out. It's like nicholaswilton.com. I think that's a good idea to do that, just because if someone likes this work, 5 years from now, they can look on the back of it and they can find you. But pretty much everyone knows how to Google your name. So, and then I write the date. This is the image system, an image numbering system I use for my artwork. Everything is given an image number, and it allows me to search for them on the computer, and that's a whole other conversation. But it's pretty cool, but I do include that with it. And then what I do is, and I always do it in the upper left corner, so I can always say to the gallery, oh, well, if you can't remember the title or if you didn't get my email, all the info you need. This is all the information the gallery needs to promote it or talk about it. This is everything, pretty much. I have prices on a different sheet, of course, but okay, so that's, and I always put it on the upper left top side of the panel. So behind all these paintings, basically over here, I guess, or actually over here, behind here, there's all the information for that painting and all the sizes of it and everything. Okay, now what I use for the wire is a plastic coated wire. I like this better because you can, it doesn't rip your hands up when you're pulling on it. It's softer to use. So I use these D-rings, and on this painting, this is how I attach it, just because I can't attach into the back of this. I go on the sidebar here. Often I will put it on these bars, but basically I put these hooks, these D-rings, here's like an example of what, in the store. I use these D-rings for pretty much everything. And I place them about a third of the way down the painting. That's just what I do, so about a third of the way down. And I don't like it to be really, really sloppy, okay? I like it to be, fairly tight, so that it can move up and down a little bit. But so I will adjust it like that. And I just, here's kind of like the knot. It's just basically spinning it over and then just kind of doing like a square knot at the end. That pretty much holds it. Now, I also work on canvas, which is kind of the same thing. So if I pull this painting down, let me see if I can do this here with my foot. I have this trippy way of taking these paintings down with my feet. I can lift the painting up and then off the wall. Okay, so let me just get this for you so you can see the back of it. Hang on one second here. Okay, so the same thing. So here's a canvas, and again, I write, and now I had, this cable has been put on, so you can see how it's been attached here. This is too loose. I had someone do this for me, and that's not right. I don't like it that loose, but sometimes that's just what happens. and there's all the information. I write this exactly right on the canvas, and I use a Sharpie. You know, I always want to have the information of the painting go with the painting. You know, it's like I always want people to know that, you know, and I also write, sometimes I'll write on the actual, yeah, like, so this is on the canvas. This isn't going anywhere, and it will stay whether that gets restretched or whatever, you know. So that's pretty much it in terms of how I, you know, how I put the titles on and everything, and, you know, put all the information on there. And pretty much everything in the studio, everything that has been made, you know, if you look up behind me up here, there's all these little, see those little squares? Like, all of those have all their information on the back. So it has the date, it has the, and it's kind of great just to put it all into like an Excel file. So you have all that information, but having it on the piece of art is really, really great, because in the studio you can look on the back, and, you know, so many times it's like, what size is that? You know, you kind of can't tell all the time, you know. So you pull it off and you look in the back and you have the size. So when I get these panels, even before I've made them, I put the size, you know, I write the size of them on the back, and it just saves me so much time, because I know, like, oh, okay, it's this size, and, you know, it's going to turn into a painting, but at least I know the size of it, and I give it an image number. So I have an inventory of all the panels that I'm using, all the pictures I'm using. Like, there's all kinds of things in this behind me. If you can see, like, in this cupboard here, there's like a lot of panels, all those, but I know what they are. They all have image numbers, and I know what's you know, been made and what's gonna be made. So anyway, I just hope that's helpful. I get a lot of questions about that, so I thought I would just post that. So anyway, I hope you're having a great day painting. I'm about to start. So okay, thanks.